Dogecoin to the moon, guys. What's up, YouTube community, and welcome to InvestDesk, your #1 channel for investing in cryptocurrency with daily updates, news, and forecasts. My name is, of course, Syed, and today we're going to take a look at a very critical thing. It's a question that I've been meaning to ask all of my viewers. And by the way, thank you so much for your support. This channel is growing like crazy, and I'm super excited. I've been working very hard in bringing you the up-to-date latest news and strategies so that we grow together as a community. So we're going to talk about today whether on the question, is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? All right. And that's the question I've been kind of researching in the past for myself and of course others. So here's the question I just posted in the chat. So as soon as you join in, just let me know what you think, what your answers are to this particular question. So put a comment in there, and welcome to new subscribers. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and of course make sure you comment and like the video if you like. All right, so that kind of helps a lot, so I appreciate that. All right, so is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? All right, so it's a $1 million question, right? But I wanted to cover this in our live stream because at this time of the hour, it's late afternoon, we're just kind of, chilling, just kind of talking about and taking a look at how the week went. It's Friday, so tomorrow I'm going to be talking about and streaming. By the way, if you missed my earlier stream, just make a note, make sure you hit the bell notification so you get notified. We are going to recap the entire week for Dogecoin and a couple of other currencies as well, like Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum and Litecoin. So we'll evaluate all of the news that we covered in the past week. So the week forward, right, the next week, we can then plan accordingly our portfolios, whether it's a short-term portfolio, long-term, and what kind of positions we want to hold, long positions, short positions, and we'll talk about that too. And next week, I'll be focusing more on margin trading, so going a little bit of, to the next level, and that way we'll be in good shape moving forward. So because we learn from our history or historical analysis. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. So make sure you get the or hit the bell notification so you get notified as soon as I get that up. All right. So is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? All right. So first, before I actually talk about it and give you my thoughts and what I've found, I like to welcome you all, by the way. So let's see if people are joining in. Yeah, so first comment in, Pavinus Gaming, is it going up? Just bought in 300. So yeah, perfect. That's great. So the idea is that is the Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? All right, so once again, $1 million question that I have posted, and I'm going to post it again in the chat. Okay. All right. So, well, before I say what I feel, so let's talk about, is Dogecoin going to be the next Bitcoin? That's going to be the focus, of course, right? So, and our goal is to unveil and kind of talk about this, right? It's important because if that is, what we find that Doge is following suit of Bitcoin, this is going to be huge. Okay. All right, so get those comments coming in, guys. I appreciate that. So it's super excited. So yeah, Minneapolis says Doge flying to the moon, no doubt. Well, that's where we're hoping, and that's exactly where it's going. If we were to kind of dig a little bit deeper into the strategies and the way it's positioned itself, following Bitcoin suit. So we'll talk about this. All right, we'll see how it kind of pans out. So Dogecoin started with as a meme, right? It was a joke, okay? But really think about it. A few more, as time progressed, it's not a joke anymore, guys. It's becoming mainstream, okay? The Reddit community back then, initially, right? And they basically, got together, and whether it was Dogecoin, and they gave it a different, few different names, right? But crypto is all about brand, just like Bitcoin. It's all about people. how we get together, how we put together a community, especially the young people, the new generation, right? That's the future, and the future is cryptocurrency, and that's what we're looking at, and that's what we're talking about. Okay, so cryptocurrency is fascinating because this is the currency of the future, and what's happening is more and more companies, organizations, businesses, shops, they've started to accept cryptocurrency, whether it's BTC, Ethereum, or Dogecoin. And Dogecoin is going to be the people's currency, and that's where it's going to position itself moving forward. So Dogecoin, initially it just represented the next generation investors, and that's really what we're hoping to see more and more as time progresses, right? So the idea is, or before I move forward, let's a couple of more comments coming in, a few more days, and we're gonna hit 10 cents, right? So yeah, definitely. I'm even hoping to go even higher than 10 cents, by the way, next week, but we'll do our analysis tomorrow for the past week and then see how it moves forward the next week. And just a quick note, I'm not a financial advisor, guys, but of course I have a finance degree though, but I'm not practicing as a certified financial advisor. So this is just my own strategies and my own research, and I've been doing it for a long time. All right, so Dogecoin, talking about, is Dogecoin going to be the next Bitcoin, right? So it's all about brand. That's number one, right? Just like anything else, it's just branding, right? Whether it's Tesla, whether it's a company brand, whether it's like Walmart, all these are like brands, right? So that's one thing. Besides the fundamental underlying, financial analysis and the way it's evaluated, for example, the way it's worth. Apart from that, it's definitely the actual branding, right? So what does Dogecoin basically do for the community, right? For the world. So if you're, let's say, buying and selling regular items like your grocery, like your clothing, like your shopping, that's really where Doge is going to position itself, and it is positioning itself that way. Okay, and we've seen that Chinese companies were mining Bitcoin, they're actually starting to mine Dogecoin also, right? The crypto exchanges are going public. That means they're going to be under the regulatory framework, which is cool because that's going to protect us investors, right? Or retailers. So, and this is the digital native currency. That's what Dogecoin is, right? So it's very similar to Bitcoin. You can mine it. It's a currency. It's a coin. It has a value attached to it. There's a cap. So it was developed by, programmers who just kind of, according to them, cut and paste code for Bitcoin, right? Because code is available. So it's pretty much the same as any other coin in terms of, technically speaking, it is a currency. Okay, so there's nothing different about it at all. All right. So the idea is this. This is the critical part. The new investors coming in, like the next generation, for them, the future is cryptocurrency, right? So they're at the leading edge right now, okay? Just like it was a dot-com boom, a decade or 2 decades ago, right? So the next boom is going to be cryptocurrency. Even the mayor of Miami, I talked about in the earlier stream, go check that out. He wants to use Bitcoin to pay, the city employees, even though that's the commissioners didn't vote for it yet, but they wanted to educate the community first. So the entire area, whether it's the global world or just the United States here, it's being talked about, it's being branded, it's being used, right? It's been, it's actually, you can see it in action. The developers have started to work with it. That's, by the way, one of the topmost videos that I've posted about Dogecoin developers, so you may want to go check that out too later on. But it's really natural for people to move towards brand and how it's working and how it's coming out, how Dogecoin is actually accumulating or creating the environment all across the globe where it's becoming a big movement, right? Which started off as just a nothing, right, so to speak, but it's actually now coming up. And especially my research for the last 2 weeks, and I've been streaming every single day, twice a day, by the way, guys. I'm super excited. By the way, welcome to Invest Desk. This is the channel where you want to be for latest news and updates. And so make sure you subscribe, like, and get those comments coming in. So let's talk about comments first before I move forward. All right, so we have Casey Ocean. So much great news coming out against Doge. Or is it against Doge or for Doge, right? Well, so much great news coming out against Doge. Well, yeah, there's always skeptic. Remember Bitcoin, right? And at one time I remember people said, Bitcoin is gonna fail. It just crashed. Remember those days? I don't know if you do or not, but it's the same scenario. So if it's not even crashing, Dogecoin, by the way, is holding steady grounds. And a couple of days ago, by the way, go check my stream out when we talked about when the market kind of crashed, the entire crypto market. Dogecoin held its position. In fact, it went up as Bitcoin was going down, Ethereum was going down. Dogecoin went up, and that was our analysis. So this is so cool about this, currency, because it is holding its own position. It is what it is. So, all right, Casey Ocean, sorry about that for Doge. No problem at all. We're all good. So the idea is that Doge to the moon, guys. That's where it's heading, because it is following the exact same patterns as Bitcoin. Okay, I'm even inclined to say that it's even doing better. Okay, because it's right now it's at 0.05, right about there, and that's the range. It's still holding its position right here. And whereas if you compare to Bitcoin, it's just the same thing, exactly the same thing. So I'm going to talk about this as we move forward, but make sure you hit the like button, get that bell notification, and do subscribe, guys. I appreciate your support. As we all get together and we talk about this, we share our ideas, and of course I'm sharing news updates as they come regarding Dogecoin. My focus entirely on this channel is with Dogecoin. All right, so let's talk some more. I have a couple other points that I wanted to talk about regarding is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin, right? So you can have right now the price is so low, right? And I think it's undervalued, right? That's just my humble opinion, my own opinion. So you can hold it just like if you had Bitcoin 5 years ago, right? If you had 10,000 Bitcoins 5 years ago, where will you be now? Probably sitting on an island, right? On a yacht somewhere. That's exactly what's going to happen to Dogecoin, guys. So our strategy on this channel, and that we get together and we just, like my strategy, for example, myself, I'm just holding it. Okay, I'm holding and I'm accumulating as much as possible whenever there's a dip. Okay, so I buy low and I hold it. That's the strategy that I've been using. Again, you're welcome to use your own strategy. So basically people coming in to Dogecoin now, it's still the best time. Okay, it is still the best time, because the moment it goes to $1 or 10 cents or crosses 10 cents and $1, it's just going up. All right, and this morning I tweeted and also made a live stream about the Chinese company that already mines Bitcoin is going to be mining Dogecoin, right? So, and other companies are going to follow suit, guys, and that's what's happening. It's a momentum. It's just a movement that's going to grow, and more acceptance of Dogecoin is going to be in the future. All right, so let's talk about, let's see some of the comments here. Let me go back to my comments. All right, keep those coming. All right, so Paminas came and says, yeah, it was a good buy. Got 300 at the dip. Awesome. You're my man. So that's great. And that's exactly what I've been doing too. So I have 4 or 5 exchanges that I work with. And of course, on Binance, that's what you see here. And let's see how much I have Binance. I think I had something here. Yeah, about 22,000 here sitting in Binance that I have. And of course, I have Robinhood, and I'm also on Webull and Ameritrade too. That's one of my biggest one. All right, so is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? Definitely, you bet. Okay, and that's exactly what we're talking about and trying to figure out. Well, I have, and I'm just going to share in my research as we go along what the similarities are. Okay, so the way Bitcoin started, that's exactly how Dogecoin is starting, right? And a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how Dogecoin seems to be pegged with Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin went down, Dogecoin went down. Bitcoin went up, Dogecoin went up. But a few days ago, this kind of broke, right? This pattern broke. Bitcoin came down and Dogecoin kept going up, right? So we see that this has its own strong footing. So I'm inclined to even say that it's even better than Bitcoin as moving forward, because this is going to be people's currency all across the globe. This is going to be the ones where you're going to order pizza. This is going to be the one where you're going to buy clothes. This is going to be the one where you go, shopping, or go to a video arcade or go gaming or somewhere, right? So this is super exciting. All right, a couple more comments. I got 10K in this dip. Excellent. And that's the Dogecoin to moon. Perfect. More power to you. Awesome. And of course, I bought it too, by the way. Not too much on this dip, but yesterday when I was at 0.42, I bought quite a bit. All right. So is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? That's what we're talking about. That's the topic. And connection is good today. I don't know why, because I think I had a couple other things going on in the background, so I just kind of killed that. That's why, John. Thanks for the tip. It seems pretty okay today. All right, so Dogecoin is about at 5 cents. Let me reconfirm the price at 0.0507, holding steady. Excellent, which is not bad at all, right? So it may go up to 10 cents pretty soon, or maybe $1 or 5 or 7 or even higher. Okay, so the goal is that it's going to follow or yet perform even better than Bitcoin. Okay, that's where it's positioning itself. And again, I repeat, the word is positioning itself, right? It's not going to happen maybe today, end of the day, or tomorrow. The way the momentum is going for the last week, as more and more companies are adopting, exchanges going online, mining is going to start. One of the largest companies in China going to start mining, and other companies as well. So it's a currency. It has value, right? It is just like Bitcoin, and there's no difference except the price, right? And that's what we're looking at right now, right? So we are positioning Dogecoin, and again, I talked about the branding early on, right? And Bitcoin is the same thing. Look at what Tesla did, $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. The only concerns that people have that I see and hear and read is that it's not regulated, right? So of course the cryptocurrency markets are not regulated by the government, so they're not, it's decentralized, it's peer-to-peer. But guess what? A couple of days ago, I did a stream on Coinbase IPO, right? So if you've seen that, if not, you can go watch that out. And Coinbase is going public. That's the exchange where you can buy and sell crypto on. So if Coinbase goes public, that means that it's going to be under a regulatory framework. And if that's the case, then all the currencies that are traded on the platform are also de facto, right, going to be regulated. So, and regulations does what? It just helps protect investors and retail investors like ourselves, which is awesome, right? So definitely Dogecoin is going to be the next Bitcoin, yet even better. Okay, I foresee it even as a better currency in the long run, guys. All right, so in the long run, that's exactly what Bitcoin did, and Dogecoin is going to perform even better than Bitcoin moving in the long run. Now when I say long run, that means 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, something like that. I don't know, but that's what long term means, right? All right, let's see. Got comments? Perfect. Looking good right now. And then Kezian says, I bought 5,000. Way to go. Excellent. Some dude says, is Doge going to be able to overcome day traders? Well, day traders are not really interested in my research. They're not focusing on Dogecoin because, see, Dogecoin has been holding itself steady for the last week or so. So it's not going up like GameStop or AMC, like all those short squeezers or margin traders. They're not right now diving into this, but yeah, I think it's gonna hold them. It's gonna hold its own ground as it's going. So Adam Ross says, hey Adam, what's up people, what's going on? We're talking about, is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? So let me know your thoughts, put some comments, and make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys, and the bell notification so you get notified every time I come up with a news update or some solid information that relates to Dogecoin. This is the channel where you want to be at every single time. All right, so we're talking about, is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? I think it's even going to be better in the long run moving forward, and Doge to the moon and beyond. So Elon Musk has said, like, one of the concern that he had, that Dogecoin was, way too centralized. Remember those big whales? And we talked about Robinhood being one of the whales, and there was a lot of speculation. But he's asking all these Dogecoin holders to sell, right? So, is he trying to push the price down, or what is he trying to do, right? So, basically, what the goal is to get that decentralized, right? So, let's not have a big chunk in someone's hand, right? So they can manipulate the entire market. And that's exactly what they're doing. And we've seen, by the way, a few days ago, I did a stream, you can go check that out, where some of the whales have actually sold, okay? So, and that's great news also, because even the whales have started to realize the momentum and the actual value moving forward, okay? And that's really what is in the benefit for them too. Okay, so once the momentum starts, it's very difficult for it to stop. That's exactly what happened to Bitcoin. In fact, Bitcoin, being the pioneer, right? I see Bitcoin currency as the pioneer of the crypto world. So Bitcoin went through a lot of hoops, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of speculations, a lot of criticism perhaps. But it actually made it through. Bitcoin made it through, right? It's at 58,000. It was at 58,000 yesterday, right? A couple of days ago. And let's see, today Bitcoin is at, it's down at $46,000. $46,000. It was trading at pennies, guys, some years ago, right? So same thing with Dogecoin. It's trading at pennies. And look at where the price is. Even if you were to think about in the short run, by the way, let me give you some news here, right? In January, just a month and a half ago, and today, okay, which is February 26th, Friday, 1,000% return in Dogecoin. 1,000%, right? If not more or less. So, what are we talking about? This is Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin to the moon already. So as we move forward, this is going to even grow more and more as we move forward. So I'm going to display my jar here. This is a subscriber jar. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, and get that thumbs up, like the video if you like. And we're talking about, is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin, or even better, okay? And that's what we're talking about. All right, let me get some comments here quick. All right, what's going on, guys, in the comments? Didn't need my blood pressure medicine today. All right, holding the line with a little over 100,000 coins. Awesome. That's great, Adam. More power to you. I'm waiting for the next step too myself, to get another huge or big chunk as possible. All right, I bought them for 5 3-year-old boys. That's a great move, by the way, right? So remember, Elon Musk also bought it for the little toddler, right? That's what he tweeted. So yeah, I mean that's the future. There's no doubt about it. It is the future. For the young generation, for the kids growing up, just like Bitcoin, and it's just a matter of time. That's all it. Okay, and we know that if you missed the boat of Bitcoin a few years ago, you do not want to miss the boat of Dogecoin, guys. So you want to be in this ship. You want to be on this boat, okay? And hold steady, hold tight, and just chill. Just go ride the wave. That's what I have to say. Again, that's what I'm doing. That's my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, guys, but this is exactly what I positioned myself, and things are going pretty well. We're 1,000% up, anyways, right? Or at least, some of us who bought in back in December or January, they're probably happy at this point in time, right? And of course, still an excellent time. 0.05, 0.04. Just set a threshold for yourself to buy at a certain threshold, right? Based on your own analysis, based on your own, investment portfolio structure, and then just go at it. All right, let's see some more comments. Great, keep them coming, guys. People are buying ADA before 1st March. Yeah, I'm gonna stream ADA a little later on too. Maybe I have it in my notes here. That's another good buy that we're gonna do, but I'm not gonna talk here, but we'll talk later about 88. But yeah, thanks for the comment. And then dips are good, brings in more money. Yeah, definitely, because it actually gives you twofold. If you buy at a dip, it's actually, you get two benefits, right? So John says dips are good, right? Brings in more money. Yeah, definitely. And there are two benefits. First benefit is that if you buy at a dip, you're not only buying at a low price, right? But at the same time, if the price appreciates, okay, so you're getting the benefit of the price appreciation as well, right? So you're buying low because you're benefiting of that low price, and then of course you're waiting for it to kind of go up and then continue to go up. So make sure you hold as you move forward with Dogecoin. All right, so we're talking about, is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? And so far, I think, in my opinion, it's going to be even bigger than Bitcoin in the next 6 months, 1 year, maybe a couple of years, or depending on how things pan out, how the acceptance is. And like I mentioned, it took Bitcoin about 4 or 5 years, something like that, right? By the time it gets, it got to about $50,000 range, or 46,000 as it's trading right now, and it went all the way up to 57, right? But with Dogecoin, I see it as a much better position, because it doesn't have to go through all these hoops. Bitcoin already paved the way. Okay, Bitcoin already paved the way. And the other coin, like Ethereum, right? Those two are the leading cryptos. So both of them kind of paved the way. But Dogecoin, even technically, is positioned better. Because remember, we talked about in one of the streams a few days ago, we talked about the technical aspects of Dogecoin, how it's, the algorithm it uses, for example, and then more importantly, the transaction interval, right? Which is a minute or so. So it's better than Bitcoin. So we don't see that right now, but as things move forward, as more and more adoption becomes of Dogecoin, this is going to be even greater, guys. Okay, so this is going to be even bigger. All right, so let's bring our subscriber jar. So if you're just tuning in, make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys, bell notification, and do hit the like button. We're talking about, is Dogecoin the next Bitcoin? And of course, it's going to be even better than Bitcoin as we move forward. All right, so let's see some comments here. Adam says, the only thing I can think of getting in Doge way is the government keeps the people down. Yeah, definitely, but that's exactly what I streamed yesterday. Adam, I don't know if you saw that or not, but with Coinbase going public, right? So the crypto exchange is going public, and that's breaking news. That's exciting, because if a crypto exchange is going public, or an exchange that deals in crypto is going public, right, as a direct offering on NASDAQ, and this is happening in March, by the way. What that means is that exchange is going to be regulated by the government. Okay, so the government is actually thinking about, you know, creating rules and regulations and laws how to control the crypto beast. Right? And that's what they're trying to do, because that's the only choice they have. They cannot let it down, right? They cannot, take it out of the picture and just have dollar, right? Fiat currency. That's not happening anymore, guys. So the government is now forced, right? In my opinion, right, to a larger extent, where now they're trying to come up with rules and regulations around how to regulate cryptocurrency, and that's exactly what is happening. And in the European world, for example, the banking system, the European banking system, are actively now thinking about incorporating cryptocurrency as part of their mainstream banking system. How exciting is that? Okay, how exciting is that? So this is super duper news for Dogecoin moving forward. And is Dogecoin going to be the next Bitcoin? Yeah, I think it's going to be way past Bitcoin moving forward. This is the way it positions itself, the way the evidence is, the way things are moving. It's actually in a solid. It's making a strong foothold. Okay, that's what it is. That's what Dogecoin is. It's right there, just with a solid foundation, making a solid foundation before it actually breaks out. And that's the idea. So, and if you follow Bitcoin, right, the historical analysis of Bitcoin, Dogecoin is following the same methodology, same path, a little bit better even. Okay, and we talked about all these factors, that how it's doing even better than, or it will do as, even better than Bitcoin. Okay, all right, guys. So let's comments coming in. What do we have? So yeah, the government keeps the people down. Well, again, the government is going to regulate, right? We're talking about that. The cryptocurrency, the government eventually are going to create rules. And remember the mayor in Miami, right? The mayor announced that he is going to use Bitcoin to pay the city employees, the vendors, and customers. So the commissioners kind of voted to hold, this particular decision of the mayor of Miami. And the reason why they wanted to hold it for now is to educate the community first about cryptocurrency, because of course people don't know about this, right? Lots and lots of people still don't know what's going on. So they want to educate the community first. And if that's the case, so what does that mean? Eventually, the mayor in Miami is going to be accepting Bitcoin and using Bitcoin as, in monetary terms, and paying employees. You're going to get salaries in Bitcoin. Right now we get paid in dollars, right? So same thing with Dogecoin, guys. Okay, same thing. This is going to be the people's currency, and that's where it's positioning itself, has rather positioned itself. And that's what we are waiting for, right? Just a matter of time before it actually hits and goes out and makes itself the people's currency. You buy and sell in Doge. You want to buy clothes? Perfect. You want to order pizza? There you go. You want to pay someone? Dogecoin, right? And that's what's happening. Because Bitcoin and Ethereum are, these two giants are basically have their own niches, right? And Dogecoin is really what this new generation and what the day-to-day transactions or day-to-day currency. This is going to be the people cryptocurrency. Okay, and that's what it is. So think about this now. Think about the magnitude, the number of people on this planet, right? And we are going to be using Dogecoin across the globe for whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, so yeah, definitely it is going to be regulated. The crypto is going to be regulated one form or the other by different government, all across the globe. So that is happening. All right, what else? Adam, you new to the channel. Perfect. Welcome. I appreciate that. Appreciate your support. So hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. So welcome to our community. We talk about Dogecoin quite a bit. This is a channel specific I'd say about 90% of the time I'm streaming, I'm creating videos about Dogecoin only. Okay, so this is the #1 channel for Dogecoin, where you're going to find the latest news. Even yesterday when Elon Musk tweeted about Dogecoin, Doge all day, Doge all night, I think I was probably the first one to catch that tweet and stream, and we talked about this, so that was awesome. All right, so what does your tax lady says? Another comment here. That Monday, how much money I get back when I'm buying at least another 5 G's worth. I see the dips coming. I just have failed at seeing the floor. Well, yeah, you'll have other chances too. We'll all have other times. All right, Tim, another comment. One thing people always talk about is that Doge needs to be part of the daily use to get propelled upward. Yeah, I just talked about that. But how does that work for regular people who don't understand how to do that in practice? Tim, that's exactly what we're seeing, and that's exactly what we're building the community, right? That's exactly what ma and pa shops, the small companies, the enterprise companies like Cove Care Health. One of the streams, if you want to go check that out, I listed all of the companies who are actually accepting Bitcoin and working with it. So people kind of know what cryptocurrency is. They've seen it, and of course they know Bitcoin. If they know Tesla, they know Bitcoin. Everyone knows Bitcoin, right? Whether they use it or not, that's the adoption that we're moving towards. Okay, and of course the government regulations, or being the government kind of like being the watchdog, being a regulatory body of cryptocurrency, that's another thing that we're moving towards. So yeah, as time progresses, people are going to be knowing more and more and more, right? That's how it is. That's how the movement works. That's how, the word spreads everywhere you go. A couple of weeks ago, if you watched those streams, right, we had, I remember, billboards coming up, right, in train stations and streets all over Europe about Dogecoin, right, about this picture of a dog. So yeah, definitely. I think it's just a matter of time will people will start to accept and use it as a daily use, and that's going to be the key. That's going to be the one that's going to take Doge to the moon, right, and even beyond. So yeah, that's definitely exciting. So our topic today is Dogecoin going to be the next Bitcoin? And of course, it's going to be even bigger than Bitcoin, right? All right, so Masood says, if it's better than Bitcoin, why are people telling about the unlimited amounts of coins? Do you think still better? Yeah, the concept of scarcity is there, demand supply is there, so there had to be a cap. And it could be a cap. There could be, who knows, right? There's going to be, right? If that's the case, then of course, all of a sudden, the laws of economics are going to be in place, and imagine the price, and that's exactly what is happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoins are not being mined as fast as the demand. That's the reason of Bitcoin's price at 47,000, 57,000. Okay, because that's how it is. So same thing with Dogecoin. Okay, that's exactly what it is. Alrighty, let's see, more comments coming in. Keep those comments coming in, super exciting. Let's have the conversation going. All right, is America, we have tax returns coming, so I think that's going to be help. Yeah, stimulus checks are coming too, and more are coming. The minimum wage, by the way, in the US, we're talking about $15 an hour, so that's going to give a lot of people some great boost if that actually happens. But that's another thing in a positive direction with the vaccinations, by the way, COVID-19 vaccinations all across the globe. Those are coming up pretty fast. So in the next few months, right, things are moving towards normalization, so to speak, where people are going to be more comfortable, right? And that's going to drive the economy. And if that's the case, if Dogecoin then becomes the currency where people start to adopt this particular currency in buying and selling. Let's say you're going to a cruise ship, right? As soon as the cruise opens and you go to a cruise ship, you pay in Dogecoin. You go stay in a hotel, you pay in Dogecoin, right? If that's the case, if they start to accept it, you'll see ATMs popping up, right, all across the retail shops, and that's the key, guys. It's going to be even the growth of Dogecoin, if that happens, the growth of Dogecoin is going to be, there's no stopping. Okay, there's no stopping. All right, perfect. Dogecoin to the moon and Mars, let's go. Yeah, definitely. That's what we're talking about. Is Dogecoin better than Bitcoin? I think it's even better. So yeah, Dogecoin to the moon and even beyond, for sure. Or if it says I'm holding my Doge till $1, yeah, you can hold it till $1. But why $1? Maybe you want to hold it till it's $50,000, right? That would be fun. That'd be a great day, right? If that was the case, and that's going to be the case, right? See Bitcoin. Bitcoin was a fraction of pennies, guys. Okay, not too long ago. When I say not too long ago, that means just 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, that's not too long. All right. So same thing with Dogecoin. Okay. All right, Green Goblin gonna be 10. Yeah, it could be $10. We've talked about $5, $7, 10 cents, $1. So all these different speculations we're doing, but one thing that if it follows the pattern of Dogecoin, it is going to continue to climb up, up, and up. Of course, given that it has a solid foundation and with all the other things supporting Dogecoin moving forward. Okay. All right, so we're talking about, is Dogecoin better than Bitcoin? And we talked about several factors. We talked about several evidences. And if you have not checked out my earlier streams, by the way, for the past week, and if you just joined, make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the bell notification. Hit the like button. I appreciate your support. This is great. I put a lot of effort in this. So thank you so much for your support and kindness moving forward. And tomorrow, by the way, on Saturday, over the weekends, both days, I'm going to be streaming about the last week's recap. Okay. And that's important because our portfolio that we were kind of talking about for the last week, I'm going to talk about that, where the prices were starting Monday, and then how it progressed all the way up to Friday, how the week ended for Dogecoin, and of course we'll evaluate all the rest of the news in a summary format, so we know that next week, right, moving forward, the direction of Dogecoin, right? So all of these things are definitely going to help when we talk about Dogecoin moving forward in a positive direction. All right, so minimum wage, yeah, $15 already failed. I didn't see the news because I've been doing streams here, guys. All right, but yeah, they were going to talk about that today. All right, so Winston, when I remembered the help I got from his magical software service, I can never relent dealing with this godsend on Telegram. Yeah, thanks, Winston. That's cool. All right, so we're talking about, is Dogecoin better than Bitcoin? Okay, and that's what we're talking about, and it is even better. It's following the same pattern and is even performing better. So another thing that we get a lot of questions, we talk about this, right, that crypto gets a parabolic rise, right? So what's the entry point? Should we get it now, or should we wait till it gets higher? Because Ethereum, Dogecoin, and BTC, they've all seen spikes, right? So what we want to do is, you want to make sure just have Dogecoin when it's at a dip, right? That's where you want to accumulate. Just do it slowly, based on your own portfolio, based on your own budgets, your own strategies. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor, guys, but yeah, don't hold me to it. But that's what I've been using, and it has been kind of working out. And we also talked about moving averages, right? Whether it's 50-day, 20-day, 7-day moving averages, that kind of helps you pan out. And even if you see on the chart, you'll see here's the moving average. I set it up at 200, right? So I'm at 200. This magenta line that you see, kind of like purplish magenta, right? That's the 200 moving average. So if you look at the moving average, Dogecoin is kind of doing pretty okay based on a long-term average. This is 200. Okay, so, and that's what the goal is, and that's why Dogecoin is holding steady grounds. Okay, all right. So if people don't see you, they must just think you are a tracker. In my opinion, bro, you have a lot of knowledge. If you want to see me, guys, go check out my first video, like what is Dogecoin. So yeah, that's all me. So I made it myself, and I made it in DSLR, guys. So that's pretty cool. I look pretty good too. Hey, what not to say. So yeah, go check out that video. It's on my channel, on this channel, and I'm gonna make some live videos also as we move forward. And just for my background, by the way, those of you who do not know me, my name is Syed, and I graduated with the finance degree. That was a long time ago, and of course I have PhD in management also, but I'm not a certified financial advisor. I've been doing this for a long time, and then I got into the IT world. I'm an enterprise architect, DevOps engineer, so I've been around. I remember early 90s, and I'm going to give you this example, guys. So if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'm going to give you this example, my own experience. If you remember when Microsoft came out with Windows 95, right? This was early 1990s. I was one of the first early adopters of Windows. We were using keyboards. There was no mouse, okay? And Windows came up, actually it was Windows 3, the first, the GUI interface, right? Graphical user interface. And my colleagues, and I was working at an investment bank at that time, or rather, I remember it was a brokerage firm. It was Merrill Lynch. Yeah, I even remember the name. So my colleague said, well, this Windows thing is gonna fail. No one's gonna use it. And this mouse, it's so difficult. It's not gonna work, guys. It's gonna fail. We are not going to leave our keyboards. We are going to keep using DOS, the disk operating DOS, operating system. That was the talk of the town in the United States in early 90s when Windows came out. All right, and I'm a witness to it. And I kept telling those guys, well, geez, this new Windows is fascinating. Look at the new thing, right? So the change management, all right, when I deliver lectures at university too, so I talk about change management quite a bit. So it's the most difficult thing for people to do is to adapt to change, right? But for the younger generation, it's easier. They're much more, adaptive, like people like the baby boomers are not. So change is inevitable. Okay, like they say, anything that's constant is change, right? So that's something like that. So yeah, it's going to change. So the next future is cryptocurrency, right? It is cryptocurrency. Remember, we had silver, we had dollar, we had barter system. If you go, hundreds of years ago, and now we have paper currency that has been for quite some time. So what's the future? We're going to the moon, guys. We're going to Mars. It's cryptocurrency. No doubt about that. Okay? So, and now is the time to buy Dogecoin, right? Because you want to be able to get at the lowest possible price right now. What if I were to say, guys, let's go buy Bitcoin? Can we buy Bitcoin, right? Let's go buy only 100 shares of Bitcoin. It's going to cost a lot of money, right? But if we were to buy 100 shares of, let's say, Dogecoin, right? It'll be worth it, all right? It'll be worth it, because the question of today's topic is Dogecoin going to be the next Bitcoin? Most definitely, guys. Definitely, and even beyond. Because it is following the same suit. It is a currency. It's even better. The transaction interval time is a minute or less than a minute for Dogecoin. Okay? So it's positioned well. All right? And of course, as things progress forward, the adoption, the regulations, and other factors like Elon Musk, people like Elon Musk, why would he support Dogecoin, right? Why would he do that? Why would he buy Dogecoin for his child? And so on. So definitely Elon Musk is also thinking about Dogecoin in terms of either incorporating Dogecoin in Tesla or Starlink or Neuralink, all these companies that he owns somewhere, right? If not, he has other plans for this particular currency, and he sees that as people's currency, and we see it too. And we also see that more and more companies have started to accept Dogecoin moving forward, like Cove Health, and there's a whole list, okay, that is actually moving forward. All right, so comments coming in. Yeah, perfect. If you're new to the channel, by the way, so yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys. Appreciate your support. This is super exciting. We're growing like crazy, and you are a super community. Thank you all once again. So hit the like button and the bell notification, because tomorrow, once again, we'll be doing a recap. When I do a stream tomorrow about the whole last week and see how things went, where Dogecoin was, and what the next strategy would be moving forward. Again, not a financial advisor, but this is something that I do and I've been doing for long time, by the way, in stocks, bonds. And I remember today one of my colleagues were talking about margins trading, right? Put options and call options, and I said, well, geez, I remember doing this by hand, because there was no internet, guys. When I was graduated with a finance degree, there was no internet. All right, believe it or not. Okay, so don't get shocked. That was the case. So I remember my first modem, the Prodigy modem, and America Online. So that's exactly where this started. Okay, and that's what my journey started within the IT field, also along with the finance and management. So yeah, that's way back then. But I'm definitely super excited about Dogecoin, because I see that as not only the next Bitcoin, but even beyond Bitcoin. All right, so let's see. We have some other comments coming in. All right, let me get some water here, guys. All right, I'm back. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look at comments here. So will we be able to pay for things with our phones? That's a good question, Tim. Tim has a great comment here. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too a little bit, and mention that remember Amazon? If you go to change.org, people are petitioning Amazon to start accepting Dogecoin, guys, and there are over 100,000 petitions already. All right, so the movement, the actual community is growing like crazy, and that's the idea. So imagine if Amazon was to accept Dogecoin, or be able to buy and sell using Dogecoin. How cool would that be, and what would that happen, or what would happen to Dogecoin, right? So definitely, Tim, in future I see it as a currency where you can buy things right from your phone. You can either scan the QR code, you go anywhere, you just put your phone up there and you pay. As easy as that, right? You don't have to worry about getting approval from the bank or whatever it is. It's there, right? It's blockchain, guys. That's the future. This is cryptocurrency. This is the future. Okay. All right. I also use Anchor, and I can pay with crypto. Perfect. You already do it. That's how it is, Green. That's what Green says. So it's happening. But this is, again, more and more, as more and more companies started to accept Dogecoin, right? All right. Welcome, Donna. I see you here. Good morning from Australia. Welcome back. Donna is always on my chat. So yeah, welcome. Loving Dogecoin. The support and talk is really something. I've never seen this before. Thanks. Hey, you're welcome, Don. I thanks for appreciating, and thanks for your support. Yeah, I do put a lot of effort in researching and kind of staying on top of things, and to bring you the latest news and updates as much as I can all the time, because I'm myself super excited about Dogecoin, because my research kind of shows me that, is Dogecoin better than Bitcoin? I think it's not just better, it's even beyond better, right? So yeah, welcome to InvestDesk. This is your number one source for latest updates, news, and strategies. All right, let's see. We're going to talk about, is Dogecoin better than Bitcoin? Some more comments. Keep those comments coming, guys, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. So if you're new, welcome to this channel. I appreciate your support. And it's amazing how Dogecoin is positioning itself moving forward, right? And the brand itself, the community that it's catching up, whether it's from Australia, from Europe, from the United States, right? And that's really what it's making itself grow and becoming stronger. So it's really at the foundation level, right? So the stronger the foundation, the better it's going to be in a better position as time progresses forward. And this is definitely long term, guys. This is not something a day or two. It's not a day trader thing, in my humble opinion, right? This is something that you would want to hold and just kind of have and see it brand itself, see it better itself over time. Okay, so just like Bitcoin was a fraction of cents just a few years ago, and now you're not able to buy a full share of Bitcoin at $47,000, right? So that's actually incredible how Dogecoin is actually positioning itself and moving forward, and it's holding the steady. Look at the price for the last week. It's at 0.05, 0.055, and that's the range, even though crypto markets are going up and down, right? And that's super exciting, and that's the reason why Doge coin is actually going to be the coin who's going to not only better than Bitcoin, but it's going to go beyond Bitcoin, right? All right, so I'm going to talk about a little bit more later on next week. By the way, a few topics that I already have lined up, like margin trading. I'm going to get a little bit deeper into those. So we see how Doge coin is positioned next week based on the last week's historical area. So this is the next big thing, right? And Dogecoin is the enormous wave moving forward, right? So everything in the financial service industry is going to shake up with Dogecoin as time passes and it goes up. Okay, and that's exactly what we're at this point in time. And just by if you look at last week's scenario where Elon Musk at least tweeted 4 or 5 times about Dogecoin, and right now he's kind of in trouble too, and I'm going to talk about that too in maybe next stream, where the SEC has called Elon Musk and says, hey, why are you tweeting about Dogecoin, right? You're trying to so he's under scrutiny and he's under fire, right? That's Elon Musk, but that's the point, right? There's certain reasons why Elon Musk is behind Dogecoin. He doesn't want to gain anything out of it, right? He's not the big whale in Dogecoin, but he sees it as a long-term strategy. He's a thinker, he's a visionary, right? Just like with SpaceX, just like with going to Mars. Elon Musk, talk about Tesla. Think about it. Did you ever think that you'll be driving a car with no driver, right? A few years ago? Did you ever think there'll be an electric car? Well, guess what? We're doing it. There's a car that drives itself. There are trucks that are driving themselves. Guys, this is the future, right? So disruption is the word that I was looking for. The key word is disruption, whether it's in IT, technology, in any industry. Look at the medical industry, right? Look at the financial industry. Look at the IT industry. Look at the manufacturing industry. Any industry you look, there's always disruption. So, and within the cryptocurrency world, what is the disruption? Dogecoin is the disruption in cryptocurrency, guys. This is the coin where it's going to be better than Bitcoin moving forward. Okay, and that's really what we're looking at to see. So disruption is what we're after and what is actually happening, right? So as more and more things progress forward, Dogecoin is going to be the currency that is not only positioned well and stabilizes itself, right, even with the ups and downs, but also moving forward, of course, in the long run, right? So we're talking a long-term scenario. We're not talking day trade. We're not talking pumping and dumping. That's not what we're looking at. We're looking at a longer-term scenario, right? So wonderful, guys. One of the last few comments, let's take a look at those. All right, so one is a layer 2 deflationary store of value. The other is layer 1 inflationary currency, Apple versus Orange. Well, yeah, it is. Okay, because there's no match to Dogecoin. Let's put it that way, right? That's what SoFakin said. So there's no match. All right, let's keep it that way. So more power to Doge, and Doge to the moon. All right, guys. So the hour is up. I'm gonna end this stream now. I'm super thankful, by the way, and thank you so much for your support. You guys have been great. And by the way, hit the subscribe button, the like if you like the stream conversation today for Friday. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. And I'm gonna be streaming, by the way, tomorrow too. So hey, I don't stop. So we're gonna have a recap for the last week about all the news and of course all the price for Dogecoin, so that we can position ourselves next week and see how things are moving. So I'm gonna have a recap tomorrow. So hit the bell notification so you get notified. So yeah, keep that coming. I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna play some music for now. So I'm gonna go for now, but I will catch you guys later. Thanks so much for the support, and have yourself a wonderful weekend.